Hello everybody, my name's Craig Anthony Ferreira and welcome to the Ultimate Great White Shark series. This is just a briefing on what to expect. Right now we're actually in Mossel Bay, sorry, not False Bay, Mossel Bay. And behind me here you can see a seal colony and we're actually looking for great white sharks. We've got baits out, we're chumming the water right now and hopefully something rocks up and we can actually show you what a great white shark looks like. But beyond that, this series that I'm doing, the Ultimate Great White Shark series, there's three different tiers. The one is the submarine and shark attack. The other one is great white shark biology and complex behavior. And the other one is great white shark chronicles. Now each of them are completely different, but they're all interwoven, intertwined, because this is more than 30 years of work that I've done with great white sharks. And I've been working with these animals for more than 3 decades. It's been extremely exciting. There's been times when I'm shitting myself. There's other times where we've been at sea and I'm thinking, what the hell are we doing out here? But all in all, it's been an incredible journey. I've worked with incredible people. This animal has taken me around the world. I've worked in Mexico, I've worked in the Mediterranean with great white sharks, I've worked off the coast of England, I've worked off the United States with great white sharks. I've met people like Nicolas Cage, Sam Elliott, Kelly Slater, Michael Phelps, so many different people that I've had the privilege of actually working with, plus my teams, incredible teams that I've worked with. Just a little bit of background on myself, so that you know that this is all authentic and real. I started my work off at the Shark Research Center in Cape Town at the Natural History Museum basically as a plug. I was working down in the wet labs. I hated it. Always smelled like formaldehyde. I'm not going to try and say that again. But anyway, I was a lab assistant, and then later on I became a field officer for the White Shark Research Project. And then later on, I was Director of Operations for the White Shark Research Unit. And by 1995, I was Director of the South African White Shark Research Institute. So I've had an incredible career with these animals. And then in 97, I started my own organization called White Shark Projects in Gans Bay, which is not too far from here, in Dyer Island. So I've got a lot of experience with these animals. The first great white shark I ever saw was when I was 12 years old. The first great white shark I ever caught was when I was 12 years old. It's not that I'm proud of it, but it's a fact. I caught a great white shark when I was 12 years old, and actually at that point I was the youngest person in the world to bring in a great white shark. Now, the series on the submarine is going to be very interesting. A lot of people know about this giant great white shark, the submarine that was 7 meters long. A lot of people don't believe it existed. Other people do believe it existed. I know it existed because I'm not delusional, and I saw the animal on 3 occasions. Almost lost my life to it on one of those occasions. And then from there I follow straight into shark attack, because I think it fits well together, because our boat was literally almost sunk by this giant great white shark, the submarine. So I'm going to talk to you about shark attack. Which sharks are dangerous, which sharks are potentially dangerous, what's the difference between a dangerous shark and a potentially dangerous shark, and so on and so forth. The other tier is going to be white shark biology and behavior. So I'm going to give you as much information about their natural biology. How fast are they? How do their eyes work? How well do they see? How do their jaws and teeth work? How does the lateral line work? How do their nostrils work? The form of their body. How deep do they swim? Etc., etc., etc. So I'm going to teach you as much as I can about their natural biology. And then I'm going to be teaching you about white shark behavior. Now, white shark behavior is very interesting, because these are not the dumb eating machines that people think they are. And they're not man-eaters either, because they also eat women and children. But what I'm going to be telling you is that these animals are smart. And I'm going to explain to you why they're smart, why they need to learn, how they fall back on the experience they build up through their life cycle. They are smart animals. And I'm going to be telling you things that you can't read in a book and you cannot see on a documentary. So that is the other tier. And then the last tier is Great White Shark Chronicles, which I think is going to be the most fun, because it's all about my experiences with this animal. It's about times where I've been free diving with great white sharks. It's stories about where I've literally almost stepped off the back of the boat into the mouth of a 5-meter great white shark. It's how we attached a camera. We were the first team to attach a camera onto a great white shark. The first people to extract blood from free-swimming great white sharks. The first people to live capture them without the use of hooks or injury to the animals. And all the stories about the people we've worked with, the impossible things we've done with great white sharks for documentaries, the stupid things we've done, the times where we've really thought, Jesus, are we going to get back to shore today alive? When my inflatable boat has been ripped to pieces by a huge 3.8 meter great white shark. All these stories. And what's interesting is that these stories will teach you a lot, because they actually teach you a lot about the white shark's behavior and how we perceive them and how they perceive us, and when you're working with them, when things go right, when things go wrong. And that's how you learn to become a professional white shark specialist, white shark wrangler, whatever you want to call it. So I'm a white shark specialist. I don't like the word expert. I think it's very loosely used around the world. There are hundreds of 10-minute white shark experts, and there are hundreds of Hollywood white shark experts. And as far as I'm concerned, they don't really count very much, because they don't have the experience that you need to be a real white shark expert. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the series. I know you're going to enjoy the series. And I just want to say thank you in advance for selecting my series to watch. And yeah, at the end of it, you're welcome to send me questions. You can debate with me on things. But it's going to be an adventure into our world of the great white shark. Thanks so much.